Hello and welcome. My name is Mary Ellen and I'm an educator in the state of Illinois. Today I wanted to concentrate on an interactive math lesson that allows you to focus on your objectives while still having fun in the classroom. Monopoly Day. This activity is so useful. It allows me to support my students' life skills, focus on the objectives, incorporate multiple learning styles, provides me with an opportunity to formatively assess my students, and on top of all of that, it works in elementary, middle school, high school, and special education classroom settings. Before game day begins, I set my room up with multiple different types of Monopoly. I like to have enough Monopoly sets in order for there to be 4 students per game. This helps to assure that there's not a whole lot of downtime in between turns so that students don't have time to get off task and into mischief. It also means that they have more turns so that it's easier for me to assess their academic knowledge. When the students come in, we review group work expectations, the purpose of the activity, and the objectives or the life skills that we're focusing on. Now, depending on my time frame or my classroom dynamics, I either have my groups pre-formed with the banker chosen, or we go ahead and we choose our groups now by either doing like a spinning of the wheel or drawing names out, and then I let the teams decide who their banker is. Then I go ahead and I project easy to follow rules up on our smart board, as well as having a laminated set at each and every game station. While my students are working, I go ahead and walk around and formatively assess them. It's easy for me if I go ahead and I have a pre-made chart with the students' names on it and the objective that I'm looking for written next to each student. Then I can go and I can just put a check mark next to each student who has mastered that objective, or make a notation next to each student's name. Now, if Monopoly Day is something that you plan on bringing back each and every year, it might help if you just intensify that challenge for your students a little bit by adding some decimal work. So instead of a property being worth $12 of rent, you might make it worth $12.50. This is a little bit more work on you, but it would definitely be worth your extra time if it's something that you plan on bringing back. It's also important to note here that you really need to know your students' IEPs and 504s and make sure that you are incorporating any accommodations that they need during math time. Some of them may be required to have a calculator or a multiplication chart during this time, so just make sure that you are meeting their IEP needs during this activity as well. When game day is over, I always give my students time to add up their net worth and then find out who won the game. I think this is a great way to encourage that sportsmanship within the classroom. I also expect my students to quietly, quickly, and efficiently clean up the game area. And whichever group is able to do it the best, hit those 3 goals the best, I will give some sort of prize, whether it's a piece of candy or extra dojo points. Monopoly Day is a lot of fun for everyone in the classroom, both the students and the teachers. And remember, if your principal walks into the room, you have the objectives that you're meeting up on the board. You are also providing evidence that you are differentiating for the students within your classroom and incorporating different learning styles. You're also showing that you're meeting the accommodations to your IEP and 504 students, and you're allowing your students to lead the learning while you are facilitating and providing assessment. If you tried Monopoly Day in your classroom, please let me know how it went and if you and your students enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. And remember to be proud of your work, productive in your day, and positively joyful.